Hello there guys and welcome back to Blues Fans TV for another live review of mine of sadly another Chelsea defeat as we were beaten 3-1 by Everton at Goodison Park. And honestly guys, I'm fuming today. I'm absolutely fuming. Like, if you watched my preview from yesterday, not that many people did, of course, with the whole transfer, thing, happening, the whole transfer ban being uplifted and whatever, then the preview going up late, but whatever. I said this is going to be a tough game. Everton changed their manager at the worst time. Not everyone is as shit as Arsenal and don't know how a manager bounce works. I expected this. I didn't expect us to lose, fair enough, but I even predicted a bloody draw. And how often do I predict a draw for Chelsea? That tells you something. And now we go into this game. I look at the line and I'm like, what on earth is Lampard doing? Like, I will admit, I actually thought for today, the lineup was actually pretty good. And we're probably going to do better than I expected today. What I was worried about with today's lineup was Tuesday against Lille, which is a much, much, much bigger game, which I'm now even more worried about. But yeah, it didn't go well. It was a defensive calamity, a defensive embarrassment. But, going from the defensive midfield all the way back to the goalkeeper, with a couple of exceptions in there. But even players that were good had dreadful periods in that game today. I mean, Kovacic was good, was our best player from the 35th, 40th minute onwards. But before that, was absolutely shocking. Out of position all the time, messed up his passing all the time, couldn't get his dribbling right, never won a tackle when he needed to. He was shocking. But then later on, he was really good and actually scored a great goal, was good in the second half, was the best player. Pulisic was good first half, didn't even see him second half, and he lost the ball a full 30 times in the whole entire game. Willian had good moments. For the most part, he was shocking. Tammy had good moments, but then sometimes he just forgot that he's a striker and decided, I'm not going to shoot. I'm going to start to be fancy now. Mount had good moments, but was shocking most of the other times. Kante had a couple of good tackles. For the most part, he was shocking. His tackling is all wrong. He had his timing all wrong. He just tumbles into people now. It's like bloody Bakayoko. Like, what is Kante doing? Like, that's not the Kante I'm used to. Like, he had this one great tackle on Walcott. That is unbelievable. I even tweeted, finally the kind of tackle I'm used to from N'Golo Kante. But for the most part, he just tumbles into people. He misses the tackle, and then he fouls them. And then he's not in position. He got very unlucky for the third goal we conceded because he actually did really well to tackle the guy there in the box. And then sometimes he had this genius moment of when the ball was played over the top and he laid it off to Mount behind him just inside the box. Genius by Kante. Genius. Mount, sadly scoffed his chance. But then, Kante had his good moments. But then he had some absolutely awful moments. Like, it's dreadful. And then Lampard, I don't know what he does. Like, how are we 2-0 down and then 2-1 down at Everton and we're waiting until the 70th minute to make a substitution? Like, what on earth is going on? I don't understand. But let's just talk through the game. Let's start it off with the lineup, which wasn't that interesting because it was exactly the same as it was on Wednesday. Which is interesting because on Wednesday, especially second half, we were really, really good. We go into today and we're really, really bad. Fascinating, isn't it? Kept and goal. Centre back two of, again, Christensen and Kurt Zouma. I will talk about the Christensen Tomori Zouma situation because it's baffling to me. Aspie again at left back. Reece James again at right back. Both not very good, Reece James, I wouldn't say was one of the awful players, but he wasn't good. Then Kovacic and Kante as the double pivot in the 4-3-1. Jorginho again on the bench, which in my opinion was a big mistake today. I think we really missed Jorginho throughout the entirety of that game, especially in the first half, but also in the second half in some periods. Pardon me, a bit thirsty. Mason Mount, of course, is the 10. Same wingers, Pulisic on the left, Willian on the right, and Tammy Abraham started up front. And, it only took us 5 minutes to concede for Richarlison. 5 minutes. We lost the ball. Kante lost the ball in an absolutely unnecessary position. I don't know, like, he can't lose the ball there like that. He absolutely can't lose the ball like that there. It's impossible to do that. They switched play over to the right. Aspie was, for some reason, even though he was playing left back, in the middle of the box. So Kovacic had to run out there. Didn't get there in time to block the cross, but I'm never going to criticise the players for not blocking a cross all the time and not letting someone cross. Like, shit happens. You can't always stop a cross. Even if you're right there, sometimes just bend it round you. It's not that, like, I'm not going to be too fussed about that. And then Zouma and Christensen. Now, I saw some people blaming just Christensen. Didn't see anyone actually just blaming Zouma. But to me, you can't just blame Christensen there. Now, I will have to admit, Richarlison made a great run there because he came from deep. So you could actually argue that the defensive midfielder should be on Richarlison, as in Kante. Of course, Kante is short. But that could be argued. But still, Christensen, I don't think Christensen is the main guy at fault for the goal, actually. for that first goal, because Christensen had a man that he was with. Zuma was in the box on his own, and he didn't know what was going on behind him. He should have been pushed a slightly bit further back, because Azpilicueta was in the box as the left back already. So Azpilicueta wasn't out by the winger that played the cross in, which means Zuma has to go that far forward. No, Zuma had Aspi in front of him, so Zuma needs to drop back and needs to see who's behind him, because if Zuma's a couple of yards back, he heads that ball away. He didn't. Richarlison at the edge of the 6-yard box just heads it in from close range. And we didn't do anything. I mean, we just absolutely didn't do anything. Tammy Abraham had a chance from a good Willian cross. That was probably the best and the only good thing Willian did, really. I mean, I think people were way too harsh on Willian again on Twitter and everything, but he wasn't good. But he had a good cross there, and Tammy got his studs on it, I guess. He was flying in with his foot straight out, but didn't get enough on it to put it in. And then we had a couple of moments where we got into the box really well towards the end of the half. I had a couple of moments where we got into the box really well, whether it was Pulisic, whether it was Mount, or from a mistake by Michael Keane, and Willian got the ball, and then, okay, to be fair, the ball bounced to Willian very heavily, and he was in full sprint. And then he tried to lay it over to Tammy. That, people are going to have a go at Willian for that. That is a very, very difficult thing to do. Even if you're Lionel Messi, that is a difficult thing to do. Lionel Messi will make that look easy. Willian is not Lionel Messi. Very few players in the Premier League will make that look easy. Some might put it off, some might not. But that is a very difficult pass to actually play for Willian, because the ball comes at him with pace and he's sprinting against it. But either way, he overhits that. Tammy gets the ball, Tammy turns around, plays it back, then we play it to Willian, and then Willian doesn't shoot, and then we just don't even get a shot away properly. It was embarrassing. And then Willian, there's another moment where Willian gets the box inside the box, gets the ball inside the box, and just has his body shape wrong and can't shoot, and he doesn't shoot with his left, tries to get it on his right to play it over the guy. I do appreciate the £4.99 donation again. London is not red though, because you don't even know how a manager bounce works. Either which way, moving on. Willian just got that wrong as well, and then there was this one, the one perfect moment we had in the first half. Pulisic with a great run from the left, and he could just pass it back to Tammy, who was free, but he didn't get enough of an angle on his back pass, on his cut back, and gets it to Willian, who's closer to the goal. Willian is marked. If he gets to Tammy, we probably score. So disappointing. So disappointing that was. And that was then half time. I was disappointed. And then another 4 minutes in, Calvert-Lewin makes it 2-0. Calvert-Lewin makes it 2-0. It was, honestly, it's so disappointing. Some of the things that we do, it's just, I don't understand sometimes why is Lampard not just making a halftime substitution? It really surprised me. Sorry guys, just checking something on my phone because something came in. I'm not sure whether that should be coming in or not. Do pardon me. I don't understand. The first half was bad. Bring someone on at halftime. Bring someone on at halftime. Bring Jorginho on. Bring Hudson-Odoi on. Do something. Change the system. Not just leave it at that. We conceded 2-0. And that was another absolute calamity of a goal. Absolute calamity, right? So, Zuma clears the ball. Everton fans have a throw. Zuma clears it. Not the greatest clearance, but good enough. Gets it all the way forward to Tammy Abraham. Tammy, poor. Generally, his hold-up play was actually decent today, but they're poor. He didn't even try to jump. He tried to chest it down and got done, I think, by Michael Keane. He jumped over him and won the header. That was dreadful by Tammy. He has to do much better there. He wins that ball, the whole goal doesn't happen. But regardless, ball comes back to the edge of our box. Christensen tries to jump over the guy. Ljungberg doesn't have to be found out because he never found anything. So there's nothing to find out about Ljungberg's sheet, apparently. It doesn't. Anyway, let's not talk about Arsenal here. But no, I don't think so. But I do appreciate another donation a lot, mate. So thank you. Let me keep going. Where was I? That is the question here. Oh yeah, the ball gets played back into the box. Christensen tries to header it against. Can't remember whether it was Richarlison or Calvert-Lewin or who it was from the lot. I think it might have been Calvert-Lewin already. He misses it completely. But then the ball falls to Zuma's foot, basically. He looks like an absolute donkey and a half, and he's incapable of clearing the bloody ball. Absolutely incapable of clearing the ball. The ball then kind of just bounces around in the box, falls to Calvert-Lewin, and he just slots it in. Absolute calamity of a goal. In the end, yes, we got unfortunate for the ball to even fall to Calvert-Lewin for him to score. But Tammy's, header for the long ball, dreadful. Christensen, dreadful. Zuma, fucking clear the ball, mate. Fucking clear it. What are you doing? Can't comprehend it. And it doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense. Honestly, guys, I don't get it. I don't get it. And then actually, just 3 minutes later, we actually get one back. Like, I already tweeted out, okay, this game is done. You know, might as well go home now. We're not going to get anything from that because that's what our performance was. And then Kovacic, I don't know where he's now a goal scorer, apparently, pops up with another really good goal from just outside the box. Very similar to the one we scored at Valencia. This time, again, after a corner, I think. Or was it a free kick? Ball came out. The loose ball came out. The clear ball came out to him just outside the box. He takes on the volley. Actually, scuffs the shot quite badly in a London day. I mean, it looks really good because the placement of the shot is perfect. Right next to the post into the, you know, I guess near post by the corner in the near post. But right next to the post. It was a great finish. He didn't actually connect with the ball very well at all. But either which way, we got to go back. And we were, you know, rejuvenated a bit. We started playing a bit better. You know, we had a couple of half chances, a couple of decent moments where we could have done a lot more with. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And then it took us another 20 minutes when we slowed down everything again. You know, we were good for 5 or 10 minutes maybe after we scored. But we slowed down quickly again. And then it takes Lampard another 10 minutes after we slowed down again to actually bring Hudson-Odoi on. At the same time, I'm like, then I see Hudson-Odoi be on, and I'm like, that's why I didn't. Because I don't know what Hudson-Odoi is doing. He looks slow. He looks lethargic. Whenever he has the ball, he does everything wrong. At the same time, of course, he's not played for a while. So, of course, the less you play, the more tricky it is to come on and, you know, do something productive with it. But still, I kind of get why I didn't bring him on earlier. I understand it, as bad as that, I guess, is. Thank you, Bob. I do appreciate it. Lost 2-3 balls, but he wasn't that bad, as you were saying. Don't know whether you're talking about me or someone else because I haven't spoken about Kovacic since the early part of the stream, unless you're watching that at the moment. Either which way, as usual, of course, guys, I will get to what you guys say in the chat towards the end of the stream because first I will just talk through the game from my perspective. And of course, if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to Blues Fans TV and also make sure you drop a like on this live stream. That'd be massively appreciated. And also when you watch it later as a video, also drop a like. If you're already, just go down below and drop a like. It doesn't cost you any time and any money. And then, you know, like I said, Hudson-Odoi comes on. Then in the 82nd minute, he actually changed the system completely, brings Batshuayi on for Reece James. And then 2 minutes after that, we concede the 3-1. And that was, wow. I mean, honestly, like, I almost threw my phone at the fucking wall. Kepa with a pass to Zuma. The pass by Kepa wasn't good in the first place, right? Don't get me wrong. The pass was bad. But Zuma is also, like, it looked like he wasn't even paying attention. It looked like he was fucking, you know, just daydreaming. He didn't even realise the ball rolled past him. It took him, the ball was 5 yards past him until he actually tried to go after it. Like, if he's quick in his mind, he probably has that ball at his feet if he just makes a couple of quick steps. Like, we can criticise Kepa for that situation all we want, but Zuma, what is he doing? He's pretty much asleep. Pretty much asleep. Don't remember who'd fell to. They play it forward. Christensen is on the guy. The guy before Christensen plays a back heel into... Was it Calvert-Lewin? It might have been. You know, it was an absolute kerfuffle of different people. You know, it was that. Then Azpilicueta actually is there. Don't know, this time coming in from the right. And then he literally kicks thin air when the ball is right at his feet. Like, the guy didn't touch the ball before Azpi kicked thin air. He literally just kicked thin air. Just got it wrong. Then Kante actually comes in with a great tackle. You know, kind of gets the ball away from, I think, Davies at the time. And then we can't clear it again. Calvert-Lewin, again, you know, obviously he scored the third goal. Pops up, and then as Kepa was trying to go down because he thought the guy that would shoot before Kante tackled him, he was like on 1 foot, and then he gets up, and as he gets up, Calvert-Lewin gets a shot away, and then actually manages to give Kepa a nutmeg. Again, not something that you really can criticise Kepa for, but it's like, come on, lads. Come on, lads. Yes, I will talk about the set pieces later on. Absurd, and he put that in the chat later on when I'm asking you questions. But yeah, and then it's 3-1 and we're done. Like, we're absolutely done for. And Kepa, he's on the thumbnail, and obviously because he's going to be one of the talking points today. But while he got the pass to Zuma wrong, he's not anywhere near as much as fault as people are making it out to be, because Zuma was just daydreaming. Zuma was absolutely asleep. If Zuma is awake in his head, none of that happens. You know, even though Kepa's pass wasn't perfect. Like, there's so many times in the game that any player plays a not so perfect pass, but because his teammate is awake and alert, they get to it before an opponent, and it's fine. And then obviously he gets nutmegged, which looks really bad, but really he can't do much about it, and he can't have done anything about the first 2 goals either, in my opinion. But what I don't understand about Lampard is, why on earth is Christensen playing over Tomori? We were shocking defensively against Valencia, like one of our worst defensive performances of the season. Then he does it again against Villa. And okay, we weren't bad. Still conceded a goal, but okay, we weren't bad. But still, we weren't like any good. And people saying, well, Christensen bullied Wesley. You know, well, no, he didn't. Because if he did, then we wouldn't have conceded the goal because Wesley bullied Christensen. And also, I don't like the fact that Zuma has to play left centre-back. I don't like it. Zuma is a much better right centre-back. You know, he's way more comfortable there. He's way more comfortable for crosses in that position. And that's what you saw for the first goal we conceded today. Like, it's just poor. It's poor. I don't understand what Lampard's trying to achieve by starting Christensen. Like, no one can even tell me it's about rotation and everything. Tomori didn't really play for England, so he kind of had the international break as a break. He didn't play against Valencia already. He didn't play against Villa already. And now he didn't play again today. It's not rotation. But Zuma plays every game. So if someone's tired and we need rotation, then Zuma should be the guy getting a rest. So none of that makes absolutely any sense to me at all. I don't understand how Tomori has been dropped. I don't understand. I didn't understand why Jorginho didn't play against Villa. Don't understand why he didn't play today. I know we were both pretty decent and Kovacic and Kante were both good against Villa. But still, we need Jorginho. You know, he's not the guy with the high intensity. He's not the guy that sprints around like a crazy person. He's not the guy that is always the one that catches your eye. But you saw the game today. Without Jorginho, we have no one that secures the midfield. Like, everyone says Kante is that defensive midfielder. Yeah, but Kante is an absolute runner. And pushes forward, pushes left, pushes right, tries to tackle the ball. If he doesn't get there, he tries to press and everything. Kovacic doesn't sit and wait for the ball and knows where to be to intercept the pass. Jorginho does. Jorginho does. And yes, I know we conceded loads of counter-attacks against Valencia, but Valencia counter differently. Valencia counter over the wings. Jorginho can't do much about that. That is not necessarily on Jorginho then. It doesn't work. And also, we had no build-up, especially in the first half. Our build-up was shit. Once we get into a pressurizing situation and phase of our play, when we're actually on top and everything, once we kind of manage to lock our opponent into the final third, it doesn't make that much of a difference whether Jorginho plays. I still think he can find a pass that most of our other players can't, but then it doesn't matter so much. But when we're struggling to break them down to even get into the final third, that is when we need Jorginho. And it is a big problem that Lampard isn't doing that. Because against Lille, in all honesty, I probably wouldn't even start Jorginho. Although they also hit on the break, so maybe I would. I don't know. I'm baffled. Mount had good moments today. I know he missed 2 chances that he could have done a bit better with. Also a couple of great blocks in there to stop him from scoring. But he had good moments. Great turns, good passes. But then other moments where he was a bit too selfish, where he got it wrong. He had a good cross as well that Tammy only missed by a couple of inches in the first half. So Mount, I don't think Mount was anywhere near as bad as, again, people are saying. And right, okay, let me just take a second, please. If you're saying Lampard out, you need to slap yourself in the face. Not too hard, yeah, we don't want to, support self-harm here. But just a little bit, because you're a bit of an idiot. Lampard out, you mental. We're fourth. The fourth, with a transfer ban. And without Hazard, all right, chill. Relax. Relax. Okay? Relax. Not Lampard out, chill. He's an inexperienced manager. We have a young team. He will learn. Look, you dumb. Lampard out. Chill. For fuck's sake. Piss him off. Anyway, Mount had his good and his bad moments. Pulisic was decent first half, but second half, not there. Tried really hard though. I can never fault Pulisic for not trying. Fair play to the kid. Willian had a couple of good moments. Most of the time it was bad though. Was replaced by Hudson-Odoi. That made Willian look really good because Hudson-Odoi was much worse than Willian. Much worse. Only had 20 minutes and, we conceded a silly goal in that 20 minutes, which obviously downs everything. But still, he could have done a lot better than he did. He could have done a lot better than he did. And Tammy, unfortunate in some moments, good in some hold-up play moments, bad in some other moments. I'm not going to criticize Tammy too much today. The only thing I'm going to criticize him for is the 2-0 when he should have done better for the clearance by Zuma. But other than that, it's tricky. I mean, I'm not going to judge Michy Batshuayi, but I have to go back to Frank Lampard. What are these substitutions? Why are you not bringing Jorginho on? Why are we only making 2 subs in a game that we were losing from the 5th minute? Why are we only making 2 subs? What? And why are you waiting until the 70th minute to make a first sub? What the fuck? What are we doing? I even forgot to mention the 2 left backs actually. We'll get to those in a second. I don't understand what Lampard is thinking. I don't understand what he's doing. I can't comprehend it. Honestly, I'm baffled. Sarri made substitutions very late last season, pretty much at the same time as Lampard keeps doing at the moment. And everyone was fuming at him. I barely see anyone be angry at him. They just say, his in-game management isn't great. No one said it like that for Sarri. They was like, Sarri's shit, Sarri's fucking shit, I want him out. That's all everyone said. Fucking fuming. Honestly, like, he needs to sort that out. But then again, you know, I will come to the clear mind in my head as well, the clear part of my mind as well. Lampard is inexperienced. The team is inexperienced. We've played a lot of games. We don't have the deepest squad because we have the transfer ban. So these kind of things happen. And then also Everton changed their manager. They had a manager bounce. We were silly to... If we don't concede in the 5th minute and we get a first goal, we win this game easily because then their confidence is down again. But we let them score the first goal. From that moment on, I was like, if we don't get a goal back immediately, we're done out here. We're absolutely done out here. We're absolutely done out here. And I know I'm not going to say kept out because... And I do appreciate it. I'm better than AFTV. I agree. I'm not going to say kept out because they're silly. Like, the guy's 24, 25. He's a young goalkeeper. He will improve. Let the kid make his mistakes with his passing out from the back. All right? You know, what I do think he's mostly needs to get better at is commanding his box when for crosses and everything. He needs to come out a little bit for that. When will the youth plague end? I mean, who do you want to start? Do you want to start bloody Olivier Giroud? The fucking shittest striker in the Premier League? Fucking twat. No, honestly. Thank God he wasn't even in the squad. We lost anyway, but I was still happier because he wasn't in the squad. I'm taking the piss now, but you know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, Reece James wasn't the worst player today, but let me get to the fullbacks. Reece James didn't have a good game, didn't have a bad game, couldn't do anything going forward today. His crossing wasn't good. When he got into position, they either got blocked or he didn't have a good cross. And defensively, he was decent enough because Everton did most of their stuff down the right or down the middle, like down their right and our left. And then Aspie just struggled. Aspie struggled on the ball. Aspie struggled because he's a right-footed left-back. Not because he generally is bad, but because he's a right-footed left-back. And that just doesn't work. So, you know, that's why I don't like it. It works in some games, works against Villa, but it doesn't always work. And, you know, that was kind of exposed today, I guess. I'm not saying that Aspie was horrendous, but at what he needs to do as a left-back in a system like we play, he was bad at. It's as simple as that. But other than that, what can I say? I will just get to a couple of things. Did you guys said in the chat? And then I'm going to leave it there. Do you play for Imperial? No, absolutely do not, mate. No sign of improvement from Kepa since he's come. Well, I mean, you're not fully wrong, but arguably got worse because his passing last season was incredible, and now he can't complete a single long ball. Last year, you would have said he could play probably instead of David Luiz because his passing was so good. All right, we don't use that word here, Mr. Lord Voldemort. It's not good. Not good. Drop Kepa, no. We need Tomori and Jorginho. I agree. What's your opinion on Christensen? Personally, I don't like him and would sell him. I'm not going to say I don't like him. I'm not sure whether I would sell him. He needs... Now, Christensen has been unfortunate because he was in the side before he got injured. And then Tomori and Zuma started playing and we went on this winning run. Christensen came back, played against Valencia. The whole team was shocking. He didn't have a good game. He played all right against Villa. Even though he was at fault for the goal, or partly at fault for the goal. And today, again, wasn't very good. Now, what baffles me with him, he's 6'2", 6'3", and he seems like one of the weakest players in our entire squad. He seems weaker than a Mason Mount, than a Pulisic, who are much, much smaller in frame and in size and in everything. But they fight. He gets touched, he falls over. Like, I swear to you, he must be the guy in the Chelsea squad that's on the floor the most amount of time. I think Alex Goldberg tweeted this as well earlier. And as I was thinking about it, and a couple of minutes later, I saw him say that as well. And I was like, oh, it's not just me then. He's always on the floor in the box somehow. Like, always. It's bloody frustrating. So let's just hope really goes back soon. And let's hope that gives us a boost. But honestly, I don't understand why Tomori didn't play. Well, I don't understand. But yeah, Mount is overrated as fuck. It depends on how much you rate him. I think he's a good player, but I think he's a good 20-year-old player, so that needs to be taken into account. No one's saying he's bloody De Bruyne. I'm an Everton fan, and I thought we defend phenomenal. Chelsea struggled with the pace, and Zuma was ripped apart today. I mean, you defended well, I agree, but we also did everything wrong in the final third, let's be honest now. And I'm not sure whether Zuma was ripped apart. I thought Zuma was better than Christensen, but I guess. We need to play 3 at the back. Nope. Get in the bin with 3 at the back. 3 at the back worked against Wolves because Wolves play 3 at the back. As soon as we play someone that doesn't play 3 at the back, we're absolutely screwed. Watch the game against Lille until we changed formation. We were shocking. We were so bad. We don't even know how attacking football works in the back 3. It's just absolutely dead. We need a good centre back in January. I still wouldn't sign a centre back in January just because I want to see how it works with Rudiger. And I think we need to see that first as to what type of centre back we sign. I'm not a fan of Ake. He's a good player, But he's no different. Like, he's basically Ampadu. They're pretty much the same height. Ampadu is arguably a bit more talented. Of course, Aki has, more experience, and we have that buyback clause for 40 million. But still, I don't think that will change the problems. I agree with you on Christensen. Wait, the chat is kicking off. He's not good under pressure at all. I agree. Please don't defend Christensen just because he came out of the academy. He won't get any better. Don't come up with he needs experience. He's still young. He won't get any better. I mean, first of all, he didn't properly come out of the academy. Not well, kind of, but not properly. But he does still need experience, though. Like, that is a fair argument, especially with centre backs. I mean, there's not many top level centre backs. I mean, even at Liverpool, like, you see someone like Joe Gomez, who sometimes is rated as such a highly rated centre back, and then a lot of the time Klopp plays Dejan Lovren. John Stones, was rated a very highly as a centre back. Okay, to be John Stones is not that young anymore, but there's very few very young centre backs. Varane was deemed as one of the best centre backs in the world when he was very young already. And then he had a couple of seasons where he really wasn't particularly good. A lot of the times he didn't actually play, and it was Ramos and Nacho Fernandez. And now he's getting back to his feet again. I'm not saying Christensen is done out here, but Christensen needs to bulk up. Christensen needs to hit the gym and get some protein shakes in because, and give the man some chicken because it's a struggle. Like, the guy needs to be so much stronger. He needs to be so much stronger. Chelsea going to Europa League, I mean, that's better than I expected at the start of the season. I said we'll finish 6th to 8th. So fair enough. He played Champions League football and he has been in the Premier League for 2+ years. Yeah, but let's be honest now. He hasn't played a lot of Premier League football for 2+ years. Like, he played in Conte's second season after the Luis problem, after Rome away, on October 31st. Ever since then, Christensen played a lot, and then he was good until the mistake against Barcelona. And ever since then, he's not really started regularly ever. So it is a bit of a problem. Yeah, why does it seem like we don't practice corners and set plays? We haven't looked dangerous of a corner this whole year. Well, I think that's firstly not exactly true because Pulisic scored off a corner against Burnley away. And then we have a couple of moments where Zuma gets his head on the ball, but then his heading isn't good. And the main difference is that they know Christensen is shocking. They know Tomori isn't the tallest. They know Zuma isn't that good at it. So they just mainly have to mark Tammy Abraham, which is easy for them to do. Once we really go back, we might be a little bit more dangerous from set plays. And also the deliveries are very inconsistent. Sometimes Mount delivers really good corners. Sometimes they're okay. His free kicks are sometimes okay. Most of the time not so good, as in his crossed free kicks. Williams' corners are sometimes okay. Most of the time shocking. So you're not wrong, and it is a problem. And it is frustrating because I always feel like we should just play our corners out, pass it back to the keeper and start play again. Like, don't even try to cross it in because that will never work. How did Tristan Pulisic play the whole game? I mean, do you think it was so much worse than William? I didn't think it was worse than William particularly. So, on Tunde, I'm not sure I agree. Get Eden back. Well, that's not happening. No, what did you say? No way I'm turning on Lampard, but I'm a bit worried that he has been there 4 months and we're still crap at defending. What? I mean, not really sure what you're trying to say with that. Oh, I just realised I've been going for half an hour already. I do apologise. Jesus. I'm going to wrap it up in a second now. I mean, he's been here for 4 months and we're still poor at defending, yes, but shit happens. I mean, the goals we conceded, I think we conceded 24 goals already this season. That hasn't happened since in 27 years, I think. That's the worst tally in 27 years or something. It's ridiculous. Like, it's awful. So we need to work on that. We've also been a bit worse going forward in the recent games, which is a problem. I don't know. It's not easy to find an explanation for all of these things at the moment. I'm disappointed today. It was a poor performance, poor defensively, unfortunate in some moments, but we need to move on. We need to say it's upwards and onwards. It's as simple as that. What can we do? We have a huge game on Tuesday. Now, if we don't win on Tuesday and we're knocked out of the Champions League, then we have to have another debate about this. But if we win on Tuesday, we're all okay, right? If we win on Tuesday, we're all okay. Well, we need to win on Tuesday. I mean, that's absolutely it. Then we go to Bournemouth on a weekend, then we have a week off before obviously the festive period with loads and loads and loads of games. So it's getting to that. I do appreciate all of you guys that have tuned in. I will not answer any more questions. I've been going for half an hour already as it is. Like I said, I do appreciate all of you guys that did tune in. Drop a like on this live stream if you made it this far. Go down below and drop a like. That'd be massively appreciated. As well as if you're watching this as a video later on and you got to this point, go down below and drop a like. That'd be absolutely class. Be sure to subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. That'd just be massively appreciated. And if you're watching this as a video, leave me all of your thoughts on the game down in the comment section below. But yeah, what can I say? Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea. It's upwards and onwards. And I'll see you when I see you.